Hello, friends and colleagues. What are you passionate about? Passionate.
The Passion Show on CFRU 93.3 FM, Guelph, Ontario. With Wizard.
I'm a water wizard, Harry.
Hello world, you are listening to The Passion Show with Wizard on CFRU 93.3 FM. It is a do-it-together radio show all about passions and the people who have them. My name is Wizard.
Oh, my name's Miki.
Yeah. You're too busy dancing over there.
Oh, yeah.
Dancing and grooving for the cool intro.
Well, I'm excited to finally be here.
Yeah.
Heard so much about it.
Wow, that's true. You've heard so much, eh?
Yeah, I mean, all the greats have been on.
Yeah, well, many of the greats.
Yeah, collecting the greats slowly.
There are more greats on my greats list.
Great.
Great, exactly. What a funny word. You know what you use to make cheese into smaller cheese?
What's that, Wizard?
Great.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, Miki, that's crazy. Here you are.
I know.
Miki from Guelph for the next few days.
Yes. Miki, originally from Thunder Bay, moved to Guelph, and now moving back.
Miki, originally from Thunder Bay, moved to Guelph, moved to Vancouver.
Close enough.
Or Victoria Island, or
Yeah.
that city that everyone loves is surfing. What's that place called?
Oh, I wasn't in Tofino, but I was shout out tiny little town of Duncan, where I once resided.
Duncan. That's funny. And then now you're back in Guelph, but soon you'll be back in your hometown.
Yeah.
Of T-Bay.
Yeah.
T-Bay Tel.
T-Bay.
Finally, your cell phone. Miki famously never changed cell phone carriers.
Why change something so great?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Some things, they just work.
Some things, they just do it better in T-Bay.
Yeah, T-Bay, they know what's up there. They got the best cellular providers.
Yeah, sponsored by.
Sponsored this Passion Show is brought to you by T-Bay Tel. T-Bay Tel, we get it done up north. That's their what they say.
It should be, yeah.
Miki, what are you doing here? No. That's rude. What are you doing here? Miki, what I meant to ask was, how do you and I know each other?
Aw, that's a cute story. Wizard, if I remember correctly, you and I began working at the Guelph Outdoor School together
did.
about 4 years ago in the
Wow.
summer.
Almost on the day.
Must have been, right?
'Cause I
Staff
think-
training's coming up.
Staff training's coming up in 1 week tomorrow
Yeah.
or something like that. And
Yeah.
that's when we would have met.
Yeah, and we've been on so many adventures ever since.
So many adventures.
Many unforgettable days outside. I know some people from the Herons have been on the show.
Oh, yes.
Shout out. That's what, I think the first program we worked
Yeah,
together.
you and I were lucky to sort of originate. We didn't invent. I wonder what the story there is.
I know, but we were the first ones
We were
to
the
staff
first ones
it.
to run it. They were
Yeah.
like, we got to put some young faces with these kids. And
Yeah.
somehow Chris got the impression that I was good with older kids
Uh-huh.
after half a summer
He just knew.
and just knew. And same with you.
Yeah,
And then, boom, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Now it's a storied program.
seriously. Yeah, golden times. So, but our friendship is so much more beyond the outdoor school.
Yeah,
we
it's
just
true,
became
it's true.
friends after that. So.
Yeah, we're just normal buddies.
Yeah,
at this
exactly.
point.
You're my normal buddy.
Normal buddy, yeah. It's funny, the whole work friends thing, eh?
Yeah.
It's like, I really want to escape that paradigm.
I think we do.
I think we're
Yeah.
lucky that we have the sort of job and community
Yeah.
that makes it easy.
It's such a meld, job to community. It's just like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and I'm so grateful for that.
Great gratitude. That's what we're all about, right?
Yeah.
We're already getting into it, man.
I know.
It's only been 2 minutes. No, we can talk about gratitude. On the very, very first episode of this show, when the format was a little different, my passion was gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
And our mutual friend Chicho's passion was that playing music is cool.
Yes.
And yeah, when
Got the hat.
when the show started, I had it in my head that I would be bringing a passion every single episode.
Oh.
But that turned out to
You would
not
have to be so full of passion,
Well,
Wizard.
I mean, I am. I'll have you know. But yeah, that stopped pretty quick.
Uh-huh.
So I realized that just the way I am, I would always probably make my passion like something to do with the guest passion.
Yeah.
Like in the second episode, it was Simon. Remember Simon?
Yeah, of
Great
course.
dude. Talked about MF Doom, the rapper.
Yes, yeah, they're great.
Yeah, rest in peace. All caps when you spell the name.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, my passion is vinyl. And it's like, well, and because he brought in a bunch of MF Doom vinyls.
Cool.
And I was like, well, it's just kind of pointless.
Well, I get the idea, but I think, it's just easier for you and like just kind of interesting to let someone else bring their passion to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm already taking up a lot of the spotlight on the show by talking and then there's no problem with that. Yeah. But I don't need to also be like, well, I'm passionate about that too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm also passionate.
It can just come across that I'm sort of passionate about whatever my guests are passionate about. Just I'm a human person who's happy to be alive.
I feel like that's the beautiful thing about sharing your passion. It's so contagious.
Exactly.
Like if you are truly passionate about something and speaking about it with your excitement, it's so easy for the person beside you to be like, yeah, you know what? That's actually awesome.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, you're so right. Like, starch is such an interesting study, I say to Rachel.
That's what we all say to Rachel.
No, Rachel was one of the early guests too, and she was kind and gave me an interesting one. We talked about movies.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a little easier for me to be like, oh, well, that's cool. Than starch.
You'll have to have her back and let her explain all her complicated plant
that's what
growth
I want.
Studies.
I've always been saying
she's a genius.
One of the runners on this show is that I want a woman in STEM to just get on my show and confuse me for 57 minutes.
That's hot. Honestly, that's hot.
No, I agree. I want to like crank back my chair like I am now and I lean back and just be like, all right, tell me about some stuff.
Please educate me.
Tell me about something I don't know about at all.
Hell yeah.
And I'm really still manifesting that.
All right.
One of these days.
Put it out there, Wizard. It's on air now, so.
Well, it's been on. I've mentioned this on the show probably half a dozen times.
Okay, great.
So if you are a woman in STEM, or frankly anyone in STEM, and you want to come on this show and educate me in something, it's with a wizard.collective on Instagram. Hit me up.
Yeah, I love it. Honestly, add me too at Mouse Rings because I want to learn stuff too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, at Mickey. We'll at Mickey in that one.
Yeah, please.
Be like, all
just
right,
loop me in.
Everyone, and especially Mickey, let's tune into this episode. It's funny. But passion is contagious. And it's so easy. This is the easiest show to do in the world.
Yeah, you can never run out of things to talk about.
Exactly. People, and anyone can be a guest because everyone, if you're alive, I think it's my thesis. If the show has a thesis, and the thesis is that everyone can be on the show because everyone is passionate about something. And if you don't think you're passionate about something, then you're wrong. Or maybe
come on the show and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll figure it out together. I'll walk you through it. But
Wizard will walk you through your own passion.
Exactly.
Please.
I really do think in my conversations with people outside of this show, there are people who say that they're not passionate about something.
Yeah.
And then I find out that they totally are, but they just think it's boring or something.
Oh my gosh, for sure. It's
and I have to be like, I don't care.
Yeah, be free.
It's boring.
Share
so
your
what?
love.
Lots of things are boring.
Yeah. It's the same way so many people say, like, oh, I'm not creative, I'm not an artist. It's like, oh my gosh, yes, you are. You don't have to share it with me, but I know you are.
Just because you're a bad artist doesn't mean you're not an artist. Or just because you haven't practiced doesn't mean you're not an artist.
Totally.
That's what I say to people.
Yeah. You're always expressing something.
Exactly. Every human being is a poet, you know, or at least everyone who's been on this show. I've yet to have a guest who isn't a poet in some way, or at least who doesn't say something poetic or profound at some point. And maybe you already have. I don't know.
Well,
we have a lot of time left to figure it out.
Yeah, I got no pressure, but that reminds me though of, I feel like sometimes when we've worked together outside, we're with kids all the time. Every once in a while, a kid will just drop the most poetic line, you know?
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, it's so beautiful. It's just, it comes and it goes like a bird.
Yeah, kids are better listeners and conveyors than us.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's amazing how kids can just say the most beautiful stuff.
Yeah. Unhinged, beautiful, hilarious.
One of my next guests on the show is going to be a 10-year-old child.
Cool.
So that's exciting. Hopefully they spit some knowledge.
10-year-olds, in my experience, have a lot of passion to share.
It's sort of the perfect age, eh?
Yeah.
Like old enough to be like an embodied present, like conscious and aware human.
Yeah.
But young enough to be totally connected to the child verse.
Yeah. To the source.
Exactly,
Just
to source.
Creation energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that one. That's a Friday at noon recording.
Yes, that's
Well,
an
the sun
appropriate
is high
time.
in the sky. And their mom's going to drop them off
Yeah.
and hang out on the felt stairs outside. Felt carpet. Whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. That's a good stairs.
So that's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, I have a question for you, Wizard.
Oh, I love it when I get asked questions.
Because I've listened to your show a few times, but I don't know how it always works.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever ask what is your passion, or do I have to reveal it to you?
No, it really kind of depends on the show.
Uh-huh.
Something about this show is that, every episode is its own divine beast.
Yes.
I try and bring myself to the guest and how the guest wants/needs me to present. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people sit down and they just immediately are like, "Oh, it's good to be on the show. Let's start talking about.
Here we go.
Let's talk about slime mold." Shouts to Misha.
Yeah, totally.
That's a good one. You would like that one. But sometimes we just talk about this, that, and the other thing for a while, like you and I are.
Uh-huh.
At some point, I glance at the timestamp and I think, all right, it's time.
I see.
And then I have this whole little series of words that I say. I've never really actually talked about this, which is kind of funny.
That's kind of cool. Thanks for explaining.
Yeah, there are some, like Val. Remember Val? You know Val?
What did they...
Valerie. No, you don't know Val. You don't know Val at all.
No, I hadn't think our
Because you weren't here last summer.
Exactly.
Val is a summer staff at Outdoor School.
I literally think I'm working with them tomorrow, though.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
she's been subbing for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, they're legend, big-time legend.
Incredible.
Had a great, fun hour of radio we recorded, and that's one. And, of course, the guests are like, oh, yeah, I remember that last Friday. Because they are tuning in live every Friday at 9 p.m. sharp, presumably. So they're like, oh, yeah, I remember when Wizard talked to Val. And you'll remember, my dear listeners, that at about 15 minutes I said, the thing. And the thing I'm about to say, it seems like we're angling into that. Is that right, Miki?
Perhaps.
Okay. Miki, everyone, I've got an earpiece on, you can see.
Yes.
I'm wearing
so
an earpiece. And everyone, I'm receiving communication in my earpiece. And would you believe it? They're all saying the same thing. It's a chorus of voices.
Oh.
They're saying, Wizard, 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 ask the question. Ask Miki the big question that we all want you to ask. Ask it right now. Miki, do you know what question that is?
I have an idea.
They want me to say, and I'm saying it now, Miki, what are you passionate about?
Oh my gosh, that felt good to hear.
Yeah, it did.
Well,
it's the real core question.
Okay, I will answer your question, Wizard. But
thank
before
you.
I do,
Phew.
before I do though, I asked you about how you asked that because I kind of wanted you to guess.
Wait, what?
Boy,
yes.
Because you know me pretty well. You know the things I like. I was just curious, like, if you had, 2 guesses.
That's a great. I have more than 2 guesses.
You
Do I
wanna-
have to limit it down?
You can have 3.
Okay. I'm going to say my main 2 guesses.
Okay.
Because that's your number. And then I'm going to also say some honorable mentions. Is
Okay,
that
great.
okay?
Yes, please.
My main guesses are raptors.
Oh, yeah.
That's guess number 1. And the tattooing arts.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
And then some other guesses I have are being a little mouse. A little mouse prince.
Oh, yes.
And maybe like Ghibli movies and that kind of thing. And like in Death Note and anime and stuff because you're a weeb.
Oh my god, you really had to out me like that, okay.
I'll edit it out. Wink. I wish I could whisper to the listeners and not to you, but I think it's impossible. I'm keeping it in.
I heard that.
No, you didn't. What else are you passionate about? This is you're kind of like checking my Miki. You're like gear checking me
Yeah, but you're honestly doing great. So.
on how well I know your different niche interests. How about basket weaving? Mm-hmm. You're into that? world. You're passionate about these are the runners up, by the way, or the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Survival, just
like
general
yes,
survivalism.
It's true.
Maybe you're passionate about Thunder Bay. Maybe you're passionate about being like a free spirit and like a beautifully, like just your way of being. Now I'm just into the compliments territory.
I love it. Yeah.
I'm just describing you. Maybe you're talking about how you're passionate about having a crazy hairdo. It looks good. And I'm just describing what I'm seeing. What? It's a good hairdo. You got it up in a...
Oh my gosh,
like
imagine I was like, that's what it is.
That's right.
My crazy hair.
I'm passionate about having my hair up in a crazy do, like Miss Frizzle. You got the big clip thing.
I do got the clip, yeah.
There's something wrong with that. I don't think I could pull that look off. I'll tell you that for free.
After the show.
I have horrible lice.
Okay.
I'm just playing. I don't have horrible lice. My lice are super kind.
They're very thoughtful and generous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So those are my guesses. My main primary guesses are definitely raptors and tattoo arts. So there you go.
I'm so glad I asked for your guesses. That was actually quite cute to see like your...
the way you
see me and interpret me, yeah.
Hey, I know you're passionate about a lot more than that.
It's true, but you hit some good highlights.
I didn't even hit on nature connection.
Yeah, that one's just so obvious.
Yeah, we've had a few about that one. I was just hoping that it isn't.
Yeah, you're like, please, Miki, take the hint. It's not in the list.
Or just like art in general. There's a couple dozen episodes about that.
Yeah.
But okay. What is it? What are you passionate about? You can be passionate about those things. That's fine. The more the merrier.
Yeah. Well, because I was kind of going through the same thoughts, like, what do I want to talk about? There's so many things I love, care about. But one time, Wizard, me and you had this really nice conversation in your living room.
In my living room?
Yeah. I was coming I think maybe, it must have been me, you, and Mac, and...
my current living room?
Yeah.
Okay.
As being my neighbor.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right. We are basically next door neighbors for the next few days.
Yeah. But I remember we had a interesting conversation about, like, tattooing and also hide tanning.
Okay.
And the, like, intersection of, like, crafting, I guess. So my passion is crafting. That's what I kind of thought we could talk about.
I hit on it in the honorable mentions.
You did. Well, also with the tattooing and the basket weaving.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess my passion is like working with my hands and creating beautiful things, and especially doing that in collaboration with the natural world. That gets me like feels so calm and so excited, and so it makes me feel beautiful making things like that.
It's good to feel beautiful. I like that you said that.
Yeah.
Because making beautiful things is the same as being beautiful.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah.
Tell me your history with that. Like, how did you... I've always wondered this. I wonder this about everyone.
Yeah.
This should become a standard question I ask, really. Like, where do you connect to that, to artisan crafting? Like, where does that start for you?
Yeah. Well, I think, like, as a child, the most accessible form of creating is drawing.
Oh, yeah.
So I just love to draw, and I still do. I love to draw. But as a kid, it was just it really was a passion, like, just after school for hours in my room by myself drawing. Aww. Or I'd go out to my driveway with my chalk and I'd look at my encyclopedia of animals and try to draw like giant chalk lion on the driveway or something. And
you're such a nerd.
Oh yeah, that's always
incredible.
been art and animals. Like those are the two things I love so much.
Man, you know what I love? Sidewalk chalk. What an incredible invention.
Oh, it's so true, Kate.
Remember when we had all that chalk at raccoons?
Yes.
Okay, what was your side
No,
note?
It's such a small side note, but I was walking down the street the other day near our houses and admiring some sidewalk chalk art, and it just said, Happy Pride Month, with the TH underneath.
Happy Pride Month.
And awesome. There's some rainbows and a little, like, what's the skipping game? The little
A hopscotch?
Hopscotch. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah,
That's the best. Like,
sidewalk chalk forever.
chalk is such a like accessible form of expression too, because any that's part of the reason I like radio is because it's like so open, especially like community college radio.
Yeah.
And it's like streets. It's the same. Like chalk is like an accessible form of graffiti.
Yeah.
Which is another great art form.
Absolutely. It's
just
from
throw
the
it
earth.
anywhere.
It goes right back to the earth.
Yeah, right. It's just
washes
colored
off.
rocks.
Yeah.
And then it just goes right, boom, gone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's so sick. So you're just out there, little kid Mickey.
Oh yeah.
Recreating encyclopedias.
Oh yeah, I had a really good book of learning about animals and their habitats, and I was obsessed with it, and I love drawing pictures from it.
That's so cute.
And as I got older, I just wanted to try everything. I still feel like that. Like I've learned, I think, after trying many different art forms, that I love things that are repetitive with my hands. Mm-hmm. Like I got really into beading when I was like a teenager. I really love weaving now, basketry, and also like weaving on a loom, weaving, spinning fiber, like anything that kind of can become meditative and really work with the intelligence of like your hands.
Oh yeah.
Is so satisfying to me.
Get in the state of flow.
Yes, total state of flow.
I love that. I think a flow state is one of the most like pious and divine ways to create.
Yeah.
And it's funny how I find every single hour I've ever recorded of the Passion Show has, and I've been thinking of this more and more recently. I've only noticed this recently, but at some point between the 20-minute mark and the 50-minute mark, that is typically when I get into flow.
Cool.
And I always am, so I have to keep my eyes on the time.
Yeah.
But I almost never look over and see 37. I look over and I see like 12.
Yeah.
Then I look over and I see like 52.
Yeah.
But between there, I'm not looking. I am just in conversation. I think that's where the show is at its best, because it's flow.
Yeah, it reached its flow. Absolutely. I know you do, like, you've gotten really into cordage and knots.
Yep.
Do you ever feel like that when you're doing cordage?
100%.
Right?
That's the whole value of cordage to me. That's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it for a lot of reasons, but mainly is because, and you're really inspired when you mentioned like the hand work,
intelligence,
hand intelligence, and that is how I explain. And I'm giving away the whole game here. People, if you want to really know my thoughts about cordage, come out to my my adult workshop.
Yes.
Or to Hillside, and I'll tell you in person. It's way more fun that way. But the thing with the cordage is that people can't learn it just by listening. They have to learn it by watching and then by doing
and by
it.
trying.
It has to be like a physical thing.
Yeah.
And I think that human beings were probably better at teaching cordage before we even invented words. Because cordage has been around. The anthropologists say that it's probably been around for about 200,000 years.
Such an amazing technology. It's so simple, but
it's one of our oldest.
Yeah.
Apparently they were binding like rock and wood tools with cords.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
they were
absolutely.
finishing like debris shelters, and fishing and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, and of course ancient bows, and like the list goes on.
Yeah.
But it's such a like basic but like real physical system where it's like they had to be some embodied understanding of physics of like we're taking grass or fibers that fall apart and like exponentially increasing their strength by doing this very specific and repetitive but hard to do thing with our hands.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that us human beings, our ancestors, figure that out before we figured out how to say words to each other.
Absolutely. And I think that feeling comes across in a lot of different crafts, especially when they're connected to landscape and connected to like our plant relatives or animal relatives. Like, I love thinking about that in creating baskets as well. It's like we've always sort of had this need to carry things around with us. Whether it's like water or our coal or our babies or just our things, and so. Well,
that's a beautiful thought.
Yeah.
The basket for carrying a baby.
Yeah.
would have been being done.
Like, right? And so
Yeah, we're not like
through-
kangaroos, man.
Oh, if only.
Those lucky ducks, they just got a basket right on them.
I know.
One of the few creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
Built-in basket.
Those marsupials.
Those marsupials,
so lucky.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes the things we lack, like that, probably led us to creating baskets,
Exactly.
which I really like
You
to
don't-
do.
you don't see
so
kangaroos
you
making baskets.
I never have seen it. I won't say it's never been done, but I've never seen it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take that, kangaroos. Isn't that the other thing about kangaroos?
Oh, what? Tell me.
So ugly.
Oh, shots fired.
Hey, I mean, like, I love ugly things. I follow a couple
Let's
Instagram
hear
accounts
about
of
it,
baby
okay.
kangaroos, and I see them, I'm like, oh, you freak.
Wizard, you follow a couple Instagram accounts
Well,
that are
yeah,
about
specifically
baby
two.
kangaroos. Okay.
And I
Amazing
see them,
reveal.
I'm like, you weird-looking, horrible little animal.
Do they start off really small, like how pandas do?
Oh, yeah, they start out, like the size of a quarter.
bean? Yeah.
And they climb up.
So weird.
Someone was telling me about
Get
this a
in.
couple days ago. And yeah, they have to crawl up. They're born normally.
Yeah.
And then they crawl up mama's leg, the size of a bean.
Yeah.
And like gestate in the
pouch.
basket.
I'm so into that.
Yeah, eh?
Weird.
Yeah, you a freak.
Yeah. Well, I'm a
Oh, you
freak
mean
for that all day long.
intellectually? Okay, I understand.
Yeah, intellectually.
Like,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
gotta
exactly.
be a way. There must be a way. No, Mickey. Don't do it. We can just make baskets, bro.
Okay, fine. I've done a lot of basket workshops lately. Like, I'm learning to get better at teaching basketry because maybe you've noticed this with cordage. I'm not sure your experience, but
Yeah, I'll probably be able to relate.
You're in a flow state, right? You're not even really thinking, you're just doing,
Exactly.
right? Once you're in emotion. And so it's been a great learning curve how to explain that in words that other people understand and how to show things with your hands in a small space that others can see.
Yeah, the way I do cordage to teach is like so different than how I normally do it because I make my hands as big as possible. It's the same for teaching knots.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating sometimes.
To over-exaggerate.
When I'm doing knots, I'm like, I'm trying to explain, I'm like, do it exactly like how I'm doing it. And people just don't. And I'm like, just make a loop and pinch it. What's
They're
hard?
like, wait.
And I'm like, but it's, well, first of all, it's because I'm bringing a lot of expectation there, and I'm not trying to frustrate or like nag people when they don't know the things that I know.
Of course.
And I'm not like actually frustrated at people in that way. I am in my head. I'm like, just to make the knot. But out loud, I'm like, that's okay. You know, it takes time. And I obviously believe that.
Yeah.
But I think that if I'm going to diagnose why people are bad at making knots and cordage and baskets and they start, and through me as well, is because it is you have to learn how to learn hand skills and embodied skills.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Totally. And I think that's something that I have spent a lot of time doing in my life because I'm really interested in that. And so when I pick up a new skill, I can often pick it up pretty quickly if it's a relatable handicraft thing. And so I have to remember when I'm teaching those things,
Not
like
everyone's
coming with that. Yeah.
So pretty much everyone who comes is at least coming with desire.
Yeah.
And the desire is the
need.
real thing.
That's really all you need.
And maybe, you know, something I love about conversations that just like we're learning together right now about our craft, about our like even profession, something that you and I both bring to the world and take seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of discovering right now that maybe I should name this, like this specifically what we're talking about, as part of my cordage and knots routine.
Yeah.
And tell people like this. I tell them, you know, there's a reason this is going to be hard for you. This is the reason. It's hard to learn how to do things with your hands, especially when it's in a new medium.
Yeah.
So don't be frustrated with yourself.
Oh, for sure.
And before you make cordage, just learn how to hold fiber.
Yeah.
You know, just let yourself
twist it around.
hold it in a tight way.
Yeah.
And like with knots, it's like just like hold the rope and look at it and feel how it feels to make a bite.
Yeah.
And to like hold stuff and put the rope around.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out the knots.
Totally.
And the cordage.
And it reminds me of something that I'm like so maybe hypocritical about.
Okay.
Because I love crafting so much and I really enjoy it. I totally do the thing where if I'm not good at it right away, I get really frustrated.
Oh yeah.
And
me
then,
too.
and so like when I'm teaching, I always say that, and then I laugh because I'm like, I'm the exact same way. Like if I'm not good at this right away, I feel so frustrated. I feel like just embarrassed or like, oh, why can't I do it? And it's like we all have to work on letting that go and enjoying the process. Like especially when I do basket classes, it's like we might not even go home with a basket that is super functional, but don't worry, that's not what this is about. It's about learning, especially because we're usually weaving with like really wild materials that aren't like perfect basketry willow that can withstand a lot of tension and things like that. So it's like, yeah, you're just getting to know dogwood, you're getting to know buckthorn or wild willow or whoever grapevine we're working with, and you're getting that process feeling with your hands.
Exactly.
And usually sharing a lot of great stories and
having
being
a good
in
time.
community and
being
all
inspired.
those other good things. Yeah.
No worthwhile skill is taught in one, 4-hour long weekend class.
Truly.
The important thing that can be taught in that time is like the beginning steps to go on your own discovery.
That inspiration.
And spend your own evenings working on it. And then, 1,000 hours later, they'll have a basket. And it will be a basket that you taught.
Yeah.
Even though you're just with them for the first 4 hours. Like
100%.
It's still the first part.
Yeah.
It's part of it. It's part of the basket, like one willow or whatever. So that's how I like to think. Because I sometimes get down where I'm like, for the vast majority of cordage sessions that I teach, and at this point I've done a bunch, which is crazy, like 2 people are leaving with legitimate like cords.
Yeah.
Out of like
great.
20 sometimes. And the rest of them kind of just like twist the fibers against each other. The poor listeners, the dear listeners sit on that chair, by the way, if you want to picture them and visualize.
Now I can look over, yeah.
When in reality they're driving their car at 9:31. That's the time they're driving right now on a Friday in July, if you're curious.
Amazing.
So don't picture this too hard, dear listeners. Focus on the road. But cordage is basically just like to just illuminate this thing that we've been talking about for like 10 minutes. It's just twine. Twine? Yeah. That's twine. And twine and ropes are different than just swirling ropes together. There's a whole technique you have to do. And it's hard. And sometimes I'm like, oh man, it's so sad that I have me and my teacheriness. I've been doing this for years, and I've taught 5% of the people here how to do this skill that I am selling myself as a teacher of. That I remember like, hey, in this world, that's a pass.
Yeah.
That's just fine.
That is, yeah.
That's how it goes. It took me like a decade to learn how to make cordage. I was smashing my head against the wall in it since I was a kid.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes something to click for you. No matter how many times you hear an explanation or watch a video, like it is like that body intelligence that it's like muscle memory or whatever people call it. Like once you get it in your body, then you'll probably have it forever. You might need a reminder, but like once it's in you, you got it. But sometimes it takes a while to click in that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing that muscle memory and people say that I feel like that phrase is heavier and more loaded with meaning than it's given credit for. Because it's like your muscles really do have memory and intelligence.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
In a way that's a little deeper than that phrase implies.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing thing.
It really is. Yeah. And I think one thing that I've totally experienced firsthand, and I've also heard many people say, is like crafting or doing something with your hands makes a lot of other things more bearable. Like if you want to have a tough discussion with somebody, and it's so natural. Often we'll start fiddling with something, but like a lot of my friends who are in similar crafting, nature connection, healing, circles, it's like an intentional meeting of like, we're going to get together and knit or make a basket or do cordage, and we're going to talk about, things that are really important, maybe heavy or like awkward or embarrassing, because doing something with your hands, it's so soothing. And it almost
like frees up a big part of your burden of, moment to moment existing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, the body is sorted.
Yeah.
You can,
yes. That part can relax.
The mind and the soul can engage with the conversation.
Yeah, and it
your
keeps
hands
you
can
in,
make a basket.
Yes, like a steady rhythm. And I think you can kind of use that power for a lot of things, like definitely holding space in a good way. And also, like you can put a lot of that energy or different energies into what you make, right? And like everything that we make tells a story of who they're made out of, like what plant or animal or material. But I have this example that's really sweet. It's about cordage.
Yes.
So last summer, I was in Maine at this amazing school called Way of the Earth School, and I was getting to be a student, not a teacher for a bit, and it was amazing. Nice. It was 4 months of being a student of nature connection and so much crafting and just living off grid and
doing exactly what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And so much more.
So great. And we did this experience. I was with, my other cohort of people living there. And we had this really beautiful experience where our teacher said, go take some time in the next week and think about the things you really admire about each other and things you love about each other. And, what you think the gifts that each one of you have. And then the time came after we had some time for that, like later in the week or the week after. We gathered around and everybody had a turn to be in the middle of the circle, and we had processed some fibers. I think it was cedar bark, inner cedar bark fiber. And then we were cording as everybody went around and told you what they thought your gifts were and how much the things they admire about you. And like all of that, you're the only one cording in that moment. And it's like all of those kind words and like that affirmation of who you are is like now in that fiber. Now, that's a very special piece of rope.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just such a beautiful example of what I think happens so much through crafting, whether you're by yourself and your intentions and your thoughts are going in, but especially crafting in community. It's like that shared space and all the conversations and that connection. It's like it fuses into the vessel or the hide or whatever you're doing, whatever you're making. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Something I always bring up when I'm doing my cordage is that cordage is just, and this applies to a lot of like natural craft, but cordage is such a good vehicle for metaphor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like two things coming together, intertwining.
Going in opposite directions.
Exactly. The fact that the torque in either direction is what holds it together. If they're both going in the same direction, it would fall apart.
Yep.
And it's also like, it looks like DNA. It's literally how DNA works.
Yeah.
It's the same physical concept on a different scale.
Yeah.
The helix, or the double helix.
Yeah.
And the strength of that, it's just like,
truly,
think about it in any way you want, but it's like, it's a special thing.
Yeah.
And the same can be said about any of the crafts that you listed at the top of this show.
Yeah.
Weaving and tanning and all of that are all different worlds.
Yeah. And I totally agree. And it's so fun to, notice the metaphors that come up for you in your crafting. And then again, in community settings, I've heard so many people say like, oh, this like, when I was doing my dogwood basket course, for example, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the importance with dogwood of being firm but gentle with the dogwood because they're really flexible, and for your basket to actually take the shape you want, you have to be very firm in how you push the rods together. Otherwise it'll be lots of gaps and really loose weave, but you still have to be really gentle because it can crack and it can break. And just like all of the little stories that came off of that, of like what you can create when you're firm but gentle, and like how much that can then hold for you, and like boundaries, and just like it's such a good conversation comes from these little metaphors of crafting.
That's awesome. It's like a similar but different thing with cordage, where when people really need words about it, I talk about like the whole system needs to be in tension in your hand at the same time for cordage to work. And you can't be pulling one part too hard, but you really can't be not pulling any part. You need to hold it all and keep it all together. And that is the only way to make a strong cordage. That is literally where the strength comes from in the system, is you put the tension in, and that holds it together. And yeah, that's something
you could
special.
say a lot about that.
Yeah. It's you could, but will I? You know, who knows? You'll have to come out to the Wizard Presents
Cordage and Metaphor workshop.
Exactly, metaphor workshop. I have thought about that. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
A storytelling or a story conceiving workshop would be incredible. I think that might be my next thing.
Yeah. And totally, crafting as storytelling, like it's the same thing.
It's true.
Yeah. And you could be really intentional about that.
It's true. That would be awesome. That'd be so hippie of me. That'd be such a granola. That'd be like breaking all new personal boundaries for being super naturalisty for me.
Well, if you ever want to break them, you know boundaries, when.
You know, I have that desire. I connect with that world. So, you know, who knows? Everyone keep your eyes on the wizard.collective Instagram feed. Man, I'm just plugging that big time this show. But sometimes I forget, and that's not good either.
Yeah.
The people want to know, you know?
Exactly. How do we connect?
Exactly. And that's just part of the world these days. But so is radio.
Okay, I have a question for you, Wizard.
I hopefully have an answer for you.
What's one of your favorite plants to make cordage with?
Oh, man. This is I had no idea that I'd be talking about cordage.
I know, but I kind of like it.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
My favorite plant, absolutely, to make cordage with is hemp dog bane.
So strong.
You knew I was going to say that.
I kind of did, but I was like, you could surprise me.
I could, but there are lots of great fibers. But the hemp dog bane. Did I say wood? I meant bane.
No, you said bane. Yeah.
Yippee! We were talking about dogwood before. It's funny that we have dogwood and dog bane.
I know.
They're the opposite
Shout
of
out
each
the
other.
dogs, yeah.
Why is dogwood called dogwood?
You know what? I read that it's from like a kind of funny. So you know how there's like a dogwood tree, and then there's like the red osier dogwood that we work with. So I'm pretty sure the dogwood tree used to come from this word dagwood because it was really strong, and you could make like a dagger with it. And then I think like those names kind of got like crossed over and traveled around the world, and so the dagwood
like a little bit of,
became the dogwood, and
etymological drift.
I think so.
Well, that's beautiful.
I'm sure there's more to that story.
I adore hearing histories like that of words.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll go do some independent secondary research on that. But I like that anecdote.
Yes, exactly. Fact check me, please. But I remember reading that at one point in my dogwood research.
But dog bane is called dog bane because it's the bane of dogs.
Yes, that one has an important name, actually. Yeah.
If a dog chews on dog bane, kid can get pretty seriously hurt. If my cat chews on my dog bane bracelets all the time, and he's doing fine. So
that's good to know.
Cats are okay for it. I should look that up though.
Yeah, and I wonder if it like loses potency after it's dried.
I think so too.
Like it might be the juice more.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised if it was still.
Yeah.
Danger. I should look this up though.
Yeah.
In any case, I like that it's dangerous. I like that sometimes if I chew it too much, I get heart palpitations.
Yes, it goes to the heart, right?
And I like how because it's just because I'm so excited. My heart's like, yeah, this is awesome. And it's so strong.
Yeah.
And it is somewhat difficult to find good patches of, which is
we got our secret
cool.
spot.
We got a secret spot.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And it has an interesting story with its name, where it used to be called Indian bane. I'm pretty sure, because our Canadian native friends used it a lot naturally. It's a local and good thing, and then I think the name has only changed very recently, which is interesting. I think within the decade. And an interesting, that's the way I usually bring that up when I talk about it, because it's a good reminder that progress on that front is still happening, and it's always happening
slowly. Yeah,
exactly.
And it's a good reminder that, like, you know, all these crafts that are connected to land here, like, the only reason that I can learn them is because people who have lived here for so long have such a deep connection with this land, to learn from these plants and animals, to make all of these things. And then, you know, even through so much intentional like removal of those skills and crafts, like, it still managed to come through and be passed down and passed forward. So I can't understate, like, my gratitude and my like responsibility in crafting with that, and, you know, carrying forward
and being here with it, you know. I think it's such I think one of the most enlightening things I've ever taken to heart about this kind of work is that it is so easy for settlers to talk about native things in a past sense, and I hear this all the time. And it's like, people will get up there and say, or in conversation, you know, I'm not trying to dog on people, you know, we're all learning. But talk about native issues and people, you know, if people aren't issues. They'll talk about native people in the past tense, and it's like, no.
Indigenous people are
they're
here.
They're chilling.
We're all living here.
I know them. Just down the street. And that is so interesting to me. I remember thinking about that and interpreting that. It's like, but honestly, it's a sort of hopeful sentiment too, because it means that there's still opportunity and connection all around us to move forward and make art together. You know?
Yeah, which again is it can be such a bridge. And so healing for any group of people, like, to in creation together and in connection with our world that's beyond human. I think it's just, like, does so much good for coming back home to belonging on this planet, which is, like, we are of this planet, and everything that we need to live is from this planet, and it's us, and it's the creatures, and it's the water, and it's all of us. And so I feel a lot of those, like, thought flowing patterns while creating with with plants and animals.
Plants and animals.
My friends.
That's what it all comes back to. My friends, the plants and animals.
Yeah, truly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, isn't it incredible that we can sit here and talk on the radio about this stuff?
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me here.
First, we got lots of time. The show's not done yet. That sounded like an ending. I was just stirring on the incredible and impressive fact that you know, we have the privilege to be in a place in the world and are lucky. We were talking about this today. It's the end of spring, and it's always a pretty reflective time. And it's like, man, isn't it just an incredible privilege to drive to a studio and sit down and talk about these things freely? Wow. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, every day that I'm, like, out in the woods with kids, I'm like, it's not lost on me, like, the absolute joy and freedom and beauty that's that we're immersed in. Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy sometimes. It's like, this is the work we're doing is the real work is to create such a culture of what we do that it becomes accessible to everyone. Yeah. But it's so that work becomes heavy when you think about how many people in this world do not have access to natural living or education or, frankly, you know, freedom in any regard, freedom from tyranny. Seriously. Man, this is becoming a heavy episode, but that's fine. This show is supposed to be heavy sometimes, and we got ourselves here. It's impossible to not talk about the world when you're talking about the earth. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's the same thing. Creation and the earth, and like working with the abundant gifts of the earth. It's like,
What should we be learning around those things at this
Exactly.
time as well?
And isn't that just the word these days is abundant gifts? You know, that's the hopeful end. And that's why I
Yeah.
never can find myself getting too down when I think about this stuff. I just remember, like, you know, no matter what we do, the earth gives and gives. And that's going to be what saves us. Is that we just need to, you know, that knowledge will spread. And I will do my part in spreading that truth. And I will spread that to the kids who come here, and they will go and spread that. And I can either, you know, believe that or not. And if I didn't believe that, I just have to roll over and die. And I'm not about to do that. So I instead choose to, you know, keep going.
Yeah.
Abundant gifts.
Absolutely. Yeah. Here to be beautiful and strange.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being beautiful. That's the beautiful work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Miki, can you tell me about tanning hides?
Yeah. I mean,
Because that is something you do that I just have absolutely no idea.
yeah, that's another skill I am oh gosh, so passionate about and have so much to learn. And it's just like, again, a collection of skills. It's like a whole you know, arena of craft that is like so...
An arena.
I don't know how to
Yeah,
say it. There's
no,
just
no,
like
that's
so many
good.
skills involved and different ways and different like lineages of hide tanning and but I can
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about
lineages.
yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
What a great word. The lineage.
I know. I like it and I don't because it's like a direct line, which I do see. Like,
Yeah.
of course, like how things are passed. But you know,
But it's
time,
a little more rhizomatic, is that what people say?
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, it's you know how time may not be a straight line
Exactly.
or
No,
something like that.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely not.
But it
And time is a flat circle. That's what I'm always saying.
that's what our wizards always say. But to go to hide tanning, yeah. Well, a little bit about me, I guess, that brought me to hide tanning is like I've just always deeply loved animals, like so many humans do. So many, you know, kids are just like fascinated and obsessed and in love, and that was totally me. Led me on this track. Like that's what I wanted to dedicate my life to, and I still do to an extent. Like went to study wildlife biology in school, and I've worked with howler monkeys and birds of prey and wildlife rehabilitation centers. That led me to become a vegetarian when I was like 12 because I don't agree with the large scale factory farming system and believe that animals
one of the primary sources of
like,
climate
evil.
disaster and destruction on Earth.
Yeah, and sadness.
Yeah, and also sadness. And it's not good that they do that.
I just want to say all that because it's like I just that's just part of my wiring. Okay, I'm so gives me purpose to be in connection with other than human animals on this planet, and so yeah, hide tanning has been a fairly recent, maybe in the last like 5 years, development of like a way to continue that connection and even go closer.
Yeah. What an intimate.
Like so intimate. Yeah. And the very first hide I believe that I worked on was a sheep hide from our friend Paige Parker. Shout out Paige.
I remember this. A
And
future guest, hopefully.
I hope
Paige.
so. I hope you're doing well, Paige.
We'd love you.
Yeah, and this was like years ago before I even worked at the outdoor school. They put a little thing out like, I'm working on hides. I didn't want to come over to my farm and help. And I was like, yeah.
I do.
And it was just the two of us. I helped to soften some sheep hides. I didn't have any proper tools. I don't even know what I was using. Some weird like metal but I was hooked. I was like, what is this magical like alchemy? And
magical alchemy
of just changing, like it's like has everything to do with, you know, becoming another being. Like we can't, as humans, like we can't survive in our just little hairless bodies.
No,
like
just
we
cold little
we truly take on
naked.
the fur and the skin of other animals to survive. And when we eat them, it's the same thing. Like we just take on their energy. It changes. It becomes us, and it's so magical and beautiful to me. And then I've just been, I think I took a really great workshop with oh my gosh, what's their name? Their handle is the Herd's Throne. That's what they go by. You can find them through that.
All right.
I'm so sorry that I'm blanking on their first name.
The Herd's Throne. You meant the Herd's Throne. That's all you need to know.
Daniel, I think.
That is such a evocative title.
Yes, you won't forget that one.
The Herd's Throne. And so there you were, taking your workshop.
It was like a 2-day workshop to create buckskin. And this was the first time I worked to create buckskin, which is the process of transforming a deer's skin into a really soft, waterproof, wearable material.
Wow. Waterproof too.
Yeah, through the like fat tanning and the smoking process, you can create this material that's like buttery soft, but it can get wet. Oh, I should say it's not waterproof in that it will keep you dry. Like it will definitely get wet, but it won't harden. Like it'll stay soft as it dries, which other leathers cannot be like that. So in that sense, it's amazing, and it's so quiet and soft. Like it's just feels like the energy of a deer.
Oh,
and it's
so
a really hard process. Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah. You have to do a lot of like scraping so that you get the exact layer of skin that you want.
I remember seeing you scraping hides, and I was like, man,
yes,
that's such a physical thing. You have to really understand your medium.
Yeah, and it's so funny. We were like picking. I remember this workshop. We were picking hides out of. He had quite a few. Okay, yeah, I'll wrap it up. He had quite a few, and I just remember it was like random. You picked one out of their collection, and the one I chose was like happened to be a really large buck. Like it was a big hide, and it was thick.
Okay.
You know, because the skin depends on the animal's life and who they are and everything, and. One thing you have to do is scrape the grain, which is like under the fur, and it's this layer of skin that's so hard to scrape. And I was so tired. I remember working on it for hours that first day and then going to bed in my tent. We camped out, and I couldn't even sleep that night because muscles I didn't even know I had were just burning.
Burning muscles.
It was incredible, and he was such a great teacher, helped us so much. And in the end, after the 2 days, I came home with this really beautiful buckskin.
Well, there you go.
Have just kept going ever since. Yeah, I really want to keep learning about bark tanning and grain on and all the things.
You want to keep learning because that's what you are. You're a student and a teacher at the same time.
Hopefully forever.
A student of the land. Hopefully forever. With any luck, I would reckon.
Yeah.
Miki, we're at the end of the show now. We have a quick little 30 seconds total to share some gratitude.
Okay.
It's okay. I shouldn't ask such a great, awesome question like tell me about tanning at the end of the show. I should have known that would just be like a fountain. Anyway, I'm grateful for the wind and the clouds and my mom and my dad. I'm grateful for the land. I'm grateful for all the people and the whole dang planet. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for the plants and the animals. So much. Wouldn't be me without them. We wouldn't be anything without them.
That's too true. And
also very grateful for Guelph. My time in Guelph.
Well, Guelph is grateful for your time in it. Miki, thank you so much for being on this show.
It's been an honor.
I've been Wizard.
And I'm Miki still.
Please remember that only love will stop the killing.